What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Grey Man Operations. This is a very important video if you intend to subscribe and follow the channel, or if you are already a subscriber and follow this channel. Because in this video, I'm going to outline the 3 most important factors upon which I base pretty much all my future videos on. I'm not going to waste your time and get straight into it. These things are in the order of importance, meaning the thing I mentioned first is most important, the thing I mentioned second is second most important, the thing I mentioned third is third most important when it comes to EDC. So the first and most important thing I want to talk to you guys about is mindset. This is a rabbit hole, and you can get really wrapped around the axle when it comes to this, but mindset pretty much drives everything. No matter what you carry and no matter what your skills are, if you don't have the proper mindset, be it the mindset of a protector, the mindset of a first responder, the mindset of a responsible civilian, or the mindset of someone who wants to be a benefit or an asset to their community, no matter what you carry or what skills you have, you're probably going to be useless. It is mindset that drives you to go to a training course, to go to your first training course or your 30th training course, because your first training course is a very nervous affair. Believe it or not, men are highly testosterone-driven individuals. When you throw a group of them together and some firearms, man, things get really, really crazy. So a lot of people don't ever go to their first training course because they're scared of how poorly they're going to perform. And so it is your mindset that drives your ego down and your humility up that is going to get you out of bed to go to that first training course, second, third, fourth, fifth. And when you are well trained, it's your mindset that's going to say, I am well trained, but I can always improve. That is going to get you to go to courses continually. Also, mindset is going to drive whether or not you actually act. We've all read the very, very cool phrase, the will to fight is more important than the skill needed to fight. Someone with a weak mindset, a non-protector, a non-controlled aggressive mindset is not going to act in the moment when they should be acting. They're going to cower, they're going to run away. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Not everyone's cut out for this. But if you are someone who wants to be a quote-unquote protector type individual, you're going to have to cultivate a very strong mental attitude. You're going to have to cultivate the capacity to think confidently of yourself but not conceitedly of yourself. Mindset's also going to drive you to carry your gear. One of the most common questions or remarks I get about the gear I carry is, man, how do you sit down with that huge weapon light? Okay, so for me, I made a decision that I want a full-size weapon light on my firearm. I want a full-size weapon light on my firearm for the capability purposes, not for the comfort. Whenever people ask me, why do I carry such a big weapon light? I always ask them, if I could make a weapon light super tiny, right? So much so that you wouldn't even have to change the holster you're carrying it in and it had no effect on comfort, would you carry that weapon light? And to a man, they say yes. So then what they're saying is, it's not a matter of capability that they're not carrying the weapon light, it's a matter of comfort. Now, I'll tell you right now, these are often the people who, when I go check their profiles, and I do check people's profiles, guys, if you ask me a question, chances are I'm going to go check out your profile. Excuse me. When you go on their profiles, then they've got like Greek, Spartan writing, and I am the storm, and Punisher logos all over the place. But you're complaining to me about it's too uncomfortable to carry a weapon light. Okay, anyone who says that to me, I'm immediately concerned about their capability to save my life. A weapon, so I'm harboring on the weapon light because it's the most spoken about topic when it comes to quote-unquote comfort and EDC. Guys, a weapon light for me is a vital piece of equipment. If you're not carrying it because of comfort reasons, I'm concerned about whether or not I would trust you to save my life. Right? I understand if you're not carrying it for financial reasons, if you can't afford one, I understand we're all at different places in our life. But comfort, the ability to be capable is inversely proportional to the ability to be comfortable. And you know how everybody is an operator until it comes time to do operator type shit? If you think carrying a weapon light's uncomfortable, wear a plate carrier and a battle belt for 8 hours, and then you will see what uncomfortable is. So your mindset is going to get you to act accordingly. It's going to get you to commit yourself to the proper training with the proper mindset. I'll also tell you one thing I've discovered from being on the range a lot, being to many training courses. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a test from God, but it's never comfortable on the range. It's always too hot or too cold on an outdoor shooting range. I don't know if it's because as modern civilians, we become so used to air-conditioned environments where we can control every aspect of our temperature. But on a shooting range, it's generally always too hot or too cold. And so it's your mindset that's going to push you to get onto that shooting range. So mindset for me is the most important factor when it comes to EDC. Without it, no matter what you carry, you're more than likely going to be useless. Side note, before we get to the second thing, there's only 3. Talking about battle belts, guys, my patrons will know I'm giving away a Wolf Tactical battle belt at the end of the month. I don't know how much kit I'm going to put on it, but I'm going to give away the belt. The reason I don't know about the kit is because I don't know what kind of guns you guys carry. Sorry about the noise. I don't know what kind of guns you guys carry and what kind of kit you have or don't have, so it's a bit difficult, but the battle belt's definitely given away. If you want to join on Patreon, I give away more gear every month than pretty much anywhere else. It's the first link in the video description below if you're watching on YouTube, and it's the first comment if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram. On to the second most important thing. Now, this is the second most in the order of most important things, and that is skill set. I'm fairly confident that your ability to perform in a real life environment is going to be more than likely 1/3 what you think you can do. And the reason I say that is when I started training with other people, I realized how incapable I was when I threw nerves into it. Now, that's just nerves of training in front of other people. When I'm alone on the range, I'm always super accurate, I'm super fast, everything runs smoothly. The moment you put me in front of a crowd, all of a sudden there's like that little bit of tension, and my level drops a bit. It takes a while to get comfortable. So, if you were to take extremely high tension of a real life situation, can you imagine how inefficiently you're going to perform? That's why you've got to get your training level super high. You have got to be better than the person you are competing with for your life. And training is pretty much the only way you're going to do it. I know some of you can't get to training courses. Here in South Africa, we don't have a ton, right? So in that instance, you need to be dry firing. You need to be working on your weapon manipulations. I could do a emergency reload before I ever got on a course, simply because in dry fire I ran it thousands of times. It was like there were people on my first course who couldn't do it, and I couldn't understand why, but they hadn't dry fired and they'd never done it before. So the mechanisms of dropping the mag and reloading a new mag were not built into their synapses or whatever it's called. So it was a completely new thing for them, whereas for me, who'd been dry firing for, I'd almost say over a year until I'd done my first proper course, it wasn't such a big deal. Doing a one reload one wasn't a overly complicated thing because I'd done it on my own. And whenever I went to the range, I would practice it. This is before doing a formal training course. So you can get better on your own. If there aren't any training courses, go to the shooting range, push yourself, watch YouTube videos. We live in an age of abundance, okay? Abundance of information. And so your skill set with your gear is vital. You have to work at being better than the person who is trying to fight you for your life. The third most important, and this is the least important of these 3 things, is gear set. Yes, I know the channel is about everyday carry gear, but I'll tell you right now, give me someone with a strong mindset and skill set, and you can put a standard Glock 19 in their hand and they are going to operate better than someone with a weak mindset and skill set with the highest kitted out gear you can find. Your gear set is probably the least important aspect of your ability to perform. Without a strong mindset, you're not going to even carry the gear. You're going to leave it down because it's uncomfortable. Without a solid skill set, you're not going to be able to function with the gear. So no matter what you're carrying, you're not going to be able to use it efficiently. I'm not talking about like the ability to peel an apple. Okay, I'm not talking about like your folding knife that you use to open boxes. I'm talking about gear used in life-saving or life-taking situations. And so this video is the preface for all the videos going forward. When people ask me, why the big weapon-mounted light, why that huge holster, I'm just going to send them this video and say, here is a breakdown of the things I hold most important when it comes to my ability to affect my rescue and the rescue of my loved one. Often when it comes to mindset and skill set, they work very much in tandem. If you're finding yourself weak-minded, go and do courses, right, to improve your skill set, and that will improve your confidence in your own ability, right? Once you do that, you will want better gear. All these things, it's like a pyramid. They work together. Guys, next week we are doing gear reviews. Michelle is going to be on the channel. Your response, especially our patron response to her being on the channel, was super positive. So that's a good thing. You're going to be seeing her on the channel next week. Also, a patron exclusive video is coming out in this week. Michelle and I are going to be talking about some important life lessons we've learned in this past year. That's going to be super fun because I think we have a very unique way of looking things without sounding too cocky. So check that out. If you are a patron, join up if you want to be a patron and win some awesome gear and check out some awesome videos. That's it, guys. I will see you in the week for a review. Have a good week. Be safe. Train hard. Cheers. God bless.